Wage garnishment is a legal process where the federal government requires your employer to withhold a portion of your paycheck to repay a debt you owe. This means that, instead of receiving your full earnings, a set amount is taken out before you even see your money. It's not just a suggestion. Your employer is legally obligated to comply with this order, and you have little control over how much is withheld once the process begins. For federal student loans, the government doesn't even need to go to court to start garnishing your wages. If you fall behind on your payments, they can initiate this process directly, making it one of the most powerful collection tools available to them. This is different from many other types of debt, where a court judgment is usually required before your wages can be taken. If you default on your federal student loans, which means you haven't made a payment for about 9 months, the government can take up to 15% of your disposable pay, straight from your paycheck. Disposable pay is what's left after legally required deductions like taxes and Social Security. This can be a significant chunk of your income, especially if you're already struggling to make ends meet or have other financial obligations. Once the garnishment order is in place, your employer must follow it. There's no way around it. The deductions will continue with every paycheck until the debt is fully paid off, or until you make new arrangements such as entering into a repayment plan or consolidating your loans. This process can feel relentless, as it happens automatically and can last for months or even years. The impact on your finances can be immediate and severe. Suddenly, you may find yourself short on cash for essentials like rent, groceries, or utilities. Budgeting becomes much harder, and unexpected expenses can quickly spiral out of control. For many, wage garnishment is a wake-up call that forces tough choices and sacrifices, but it's not just about the money. Wage garnishment can also be deeply embarrassing and stressful. Your employer's notified about your debt, which can feel like a violation of your privacy. You might worry about what your coworkers think, or feel anxious about your reputation at work. The emotional toll can be just as heavy as the financial one. With the end of pandemic protections, millions of Americans are now at risk of wage garnishment for federal student loans. This isn't some distant possibility. It's a real and pressing concern for many households. As repayment requirements resume, more people may find themselves facing this harsh reality. Understanding how wage garnishment works is the crucial first step to protecting your paycheck and your peace of mind. By knowing your rights and options, you can take action before it's too late and avoid the worst financial and emotional consequences. January 7, 2026, marks the end of the student loan collections pause. Wage garnishment is coming back. The Department of Education will start by sending garnishment notices to about 1,000 borrowers, but this is just the beginning. The rollout will quickly expand, targeting millions who are in default. The government can seize up to 15% of your take-home pay, a loss that can mean missing rent or groceries. Once garnishment starts, it's hard to stop, so acting before the first deduction is crucial. The administration's stance is clear. Borrowers, not taxpayers, will bear the cost of default. This policy shift is about fiscal responsibility, but for many, it's a financial cliff. The time to prepare is now, before the notices arrive. As of mid-2025, over 5.3 million Americans are already in default on federal student loans, owing a staggering $117 billion. These are not just numbers on a spreadsheet. Each figure represents a real person, a family, a future put on hold. The weight of this debt is felt in every corner of the country, from bustling cities to quiet rural towns. For many, the dream of higher education has turned into a financial nightmare, with monthly bills piling up and no clear way out. By October, the crisis deepened. Defaults climbed past 5.5 million, and the total debt soared to over $140 billion. Every month, more borrowers slip into default, unable to keep up with payments as interest and penalties accumulate. The numbers are rising at an alarming rate, rates, and the consequences are becoming harder to ignore. Another 3.7 million borrowers are more than 270 days late on their payments, teetering on the edge of default. That means nearly 10 million Americans are at risk of having their wages garnished, their tax refunds seized, or their credit destroyed. The threat of default is not just a distant possibility, it's a looming reality for millions. This isn't just about individual mistakes or poor budgeting, it's a systemic crisis affecting millions of households across the nation. The ripple effects are felt in local economies, schools, and communities, as families are forced to cut back on spending. delay major life decisions, or even move in search of more affordable living. For someone earning $40,000 a year, a 15% wage garnishment means losing over $400 every month, money that would otherwise go toward rent, groceries, or childcare. For many, this loss is not just inconvenient, it's devastating. Essentials become luxuries, and families are forced to make impossible choices just to get by. For families living paycheck to paycheck, even a small reduction in income can trigger a downward spiral of debt, late fees, and mounting instability. The stress takes a toll on mental health, relationships, and the ability to plan for the future. The cycle of debt can feel inescapable, trapping entire households in financial uncertainty. The government is preparing to act on an unprecedented scale, with new policies and enforcement measures on the horizon. But the scope of the problem means that even bold action may not be enough to protect everyone at risk. The financial and human impact will be severe if borrowers don't act quickly. The consequences of inaction could last for years, affecting credit scores, housing stability, and even job prospects. The time to address default is before garnishment begins. Seeking help, exploring repayment options, and staying informed can make all the difference. For millions on the brink, taking action now is the first step toward regaining control and building a more secure future. The coming wave of garnishments is the result of major policy changes. The SAVE plan, which offered affordable payments, was eliminated in late 2025, removing a key safety net. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act made it easier and faster for the government to collect on defaulted loans. The current administration's focus is on personal responsibility. Borrowers must pay, not taxpayers. These changes have pushed millions into delinquency and default, setting the stage for mass garnishments. The end of flexible repayment options has left many with no affordable way out. This is not just a policy tweak, it's a fundamental shift with real consequences for millions. A 15% pay cut isn't just a number, it's a crisis for families. It means choosing between rent and food, or skipping medical care. With garnishments, evictions and housing instability are likely to rise, especially among renters. Less take-home pay means less spending in local economies, slowing growth, and hurting businesses. For many, it means giving up basic needs, not luxuries. The stress can take a toll on mental and physical health, creating a vicious cycle. Borrowers from low-income backgrounds and communities of color will be hit hardest, deepening inequality. The real cost is measured in lost opportunities and diminished quality of life. Wage garnishment isn't the only way the government collects on defaulted loans. Through the Treasury Offset program, your tax refund can be seized, often the biggest cash boost families get all year. Social Security benefits, including retirement and disability, can also be reduced by up to 15%. No federal payment is safe once you're in default. The government can pursue multiple collection methods at once: wages, tax refunds, and benefits. Even if you're unemployed, your federal payments are at risk. The only way to stop these actions is to get out of default. Ignoring the problem only makes things worse. Act now to protect all your sources of income. If you receive a notice of intent to garnish, it's important to understand that you have a limited window, just 30 days, to take action. Ignoring this notice can have serious consequences for your finances, so don't set it aside or hope it will go away on its own. This is a legal document and your response matters. One of your first options is to request a hearing. This allows you to formally dispute the debt or explain why you can't afford the garnishment due to financial hardship. Filing for a hearing puts a temporary pause on the garnishment process, giving you valuable time to prepare your case and gather supporting documents. Start by collecting evidence of your income, monthly expenses, and any special circumstance that affect your ability to pay. This might include medical bills, proof of dependence, or documentation of recent job loss. The more organized and thorough you are, the stronger your case will be if you go before a judge. Alternatively, you can reach out directly to the collection agency to negotiate a voluntary repayment plan. Many agencies are willing to work with you if you show initiative and communicate openly about your situation. Negotiating a plan can sometimes result in more manageable payments and may even stop the garnishment process before it begins. If you're able to make your first payment within the 30-day window, you can often prevent garnishment from starting at all. Setting up automatic payments or using online bill pay can help you stay on track and demonstrate your commitment to resolving the debt. Remember, this notice is your last opportunity to control what happens next. Read every detail carefully, understand your rights under the law, and don't hesitate to seek legal advice if you're unsure about your options. Acting quickly is crucial. Don't let the letter sit unopened or put off your response. The clock is ticking and every day counts toward your deadline. Whether you choose to request a hearing, negotiate a payment plan, or seek professional help, taking decisive action now is your best defense against wage garnishment and financial stress. If you miss this critical window, you could lose control over your paycheck, making it much harder to recover financially. Take charge now to protect your income and your future. The best way to avoid garnishment is to get out of default before it starts. The Fresh Start program lets you remove default from your credit and access better repayment options. Don't miss this one-time chance. Loan rehabilitation is another path. Make 9 affordable payments over 10 months, and your loan is no longer in default. Consolidation combines your loans into one and gets you out of default fast, though the default stays on your credit. Check your loan status at studentaid.gov and contact your servicer or the default resolution group. Non-profit organizations can offer free advice. Don't go it alone. The key is to act before you get a garnishment notice. Proactive steps now can save your paycheck and your peace of mind. The return of wage garnishment in 2026 is a real threat to millions, but you still have options. Programs like Fresh Start, rehabilitation, and consolidation are designed to help you escape default and protect your income. Don't wait for a garnishment notice. Take action now. Log in to studentaid.gov, find your loan, and ask about your options. If you're overwhelmed, reach out to a student loan advocacy group for help. The difference between financial security and crisis may depend on what you do today. Wage garnishment is severe but not inevitable. By understanding your rights and using available programs, you can reclaim control. Your paycheck is worth fighting for. Start now to secure your future.